Hello everyone, today we will continue to talk a little bit about the Python programming language. Today we'll focus on functions, methods, and about mutability, this concept. So first of all, for functions, here I list some examples as length, type, and print with a parameter there. And for method, it's only applied to certain data type. For example, for the string data type, it has 60 methods there. Here is an example about a list with strings there. You can use .lower as one of the methods there to get lowercase of the string. Or you can use .count. So usually you add a dot and the method to certain data type. Usually we have a list and a tuple. Tuple I'll talk about later. But for list, this data type, it is a sequence. For each element in it, you use a square bracket, and to identify the position, you use 0, 1, 2. Remember, it starts with 0. And you can also go from backwards to -1, -2, and -3. Here is an example of names with 3 elements in it, and each of them is a string. You can use name 1 to get the position of the second element. And for a list, it can have different kind of data types, like a Boolean, string, integer, and floating numerical variables. Just note that for a list, you cannot access stuff beyond the range of the list itself. After this, we will talk a little bit about slicing. In fact, if we want to get 1 to 8 as position, for the 8, it is not included there. So in fact, you only get the number from 1 to 7. Here is one example. You want to get the number 2 to 10, then it's just until 9. You cannot get the last one. If you want to get the last one, like all the numbers after 2, then you have to use like 2 to 11, or use the length function to get the 11 as a length, or you just ignore it. Then you can get the whole stuff after 2. And here is another list. You can also add like some space between it. So like after every 5, you get those stuff from the list. And you can also position it from wherever you want it. And some membership operators such as in or not in, after you apply that, you can get a Boolean result, either false or true from it. The last section I want to talk about is mutability. What does this mean? An object is changeable, then we call it mutable. So we already learned about list and string. For the list, it's mutable, but for the string, it's immutable. For example, I have a list and with some Boolean, integer, floating string there. And for string, I have all those characters there. And I created a list there. And I can get a position and re-specify the list with the position 2, get a new value there. When I call this list, the value itself changed. But if I have a string there, as a cucumber, because I misspelled it, I want to correct it. I cannot do that as what I did for the list. It will give me error message. Here is another example about mutable and immutable. First, I give a name there, Amir, and another name equals name. So if I change the name to a John, I print it, the name will be changed. But for other name, it won't change because it still refers to the original results. So for string, it's immutable here. And another example now, it's a list. I have books, this list, and I have more books and another list. The first element of the book, I want to change it. And after that, when I print it, the first one changed, and also the one referred to these books as the more books, that one will also change because they refer to the same stuff there. So remember, for list, it's immutable. For string, it's immutable because of the storage and the link to different stuff. So this is about today, some Python functions, methods, and talk about their mutability. Thank you for watching. Bye.